Today I'm sharing my review of the MSC Seashore. This is our second time on the ship. Our first time was a family trip with kids and grandkids, and this time was just Tim and I, so I'm able to share the full adult experience. I'll get into everything that was great and maybe things that weren't so great, but also let you know who this ship is good for. Families, adults, everyone. If you find this video helpful, even a little helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate your support. If you've been on the seashore before, share your thoughts in the comments. Let's start with embarkation and disembarkation. I got into this in more detail on my other seashore video, so to keep it simple, I will just say on our first seashore cruise, both were a cluster. However, this last time, both were seamless. We were so grateful to see MSC made necessary improvements. Okay, let's talk about the food. Food can always be hit or miss on any cruise ship, but we found it was much more consistent than last time overall between the buffet, main dining room, and specialty dining. Now for specifics on the venues and everything we ate, check out my video over here. Next, the bars. There are 19 bars to choose from, and our favorites were the Seashore Bar on deck 5 because it's on the bottom floor and part of the atrium area, which was very lively, and there was kind of a lot to watch. It just had a really fun atmosphere. However, it could also get quite loud, so another good one is the Shine Bar on deck 6 because it's still part of the atrium, but a bit set back and not so loud. Several guests found it was a great spot to play a game as well. I also really enjoyed the atrium music. One woman in particular was a talented one-woman band. She had a beautiful voice, and I appreciated she didn't sing lounge music. Okay, the wine cellar. This is what I want to point out because to me it was a bit misleading. I thought it was a venue where you could order various wine or attend some sort of wine event, but I'm pretty sure it's just a place to view wines. I never saw any events listed on the dailies, nor did I see anyone there. In my opinion, this is a really cool venue and a wasted opportunity for MSC. Okay, let's talk about the pools. There's a main pool that seems to be small in ratio to the guest capacity. I don't know what it is, but it seems the bigger the ships get, the smaller the pools are. This is not even specific to MSC, but it doesn't make sense to me as the main pool is always a hotspot for Caribbean cruisers. Having said that, I'm always looking for other pools on the ship that might not be quite as busy. So one redeeming quality is the Jungle Pool Solarium. This is a nice option if you don't want to be part of the main pool madness, or if you're dealing with inclement weather. The sign says it's an adult-only pool, but I've always seen kids swimming. Speaking of kids, let's talk about Pirates Cove. If you're cruising with kids, this is the ship for you. There is so much for young children to do between the splash pad, water slides, and rope courses. I've never seen such a great setup on a ship for this age group before. Then there was an infinity pool on the very aft of the ship that we were very excited about. We heard it wasn't always busy and it was kind of a way to avoid the hustle and bustle of the main pool area. Now, what sounded like a great concept overall seemed to lack in its execution because it wasn't an actual plunge pool. At best, it was an adult wading pool. So if you're looking to cool off from the Caribbean heat with about half your body exposed, this is the pool for you. All right, let's talk about outdoor seating. This one is important to me because I do love to spend as much time as possible outdoors in the Caribbean. During the day, a sun lounger by the pool or an obscure, quiet area depending on the day. The Seashore does not lack in loungers as they are sprawled throughout the ship. That also becomes a negative for me because sometimes I just want a nice place with couches or chairs to utilize after dinner or whatever, and a lounger just doesn't cut it. So having said that, if you want a place to sit outside, you can definitely find it. I feel like this would be an easy improvement for them to pull out some loungers and make some cute sitting areas if they wanted to do that. Okay, next let's talk about the spa. This is the first time I've scheduled a spa service on a cruise because usually it's quite expensive, and I've heard that some cruise lines push selling their products. I booked a 90-minute deep tissue massage because the discounted prices in advance were quite reasonable. The experience was wonderful. Not only did she do a great job, she never once asked me to purchase any products. So that leads me to the thermal spa. Thermal spas are quite popular on cruise ships, and since I am now gold level with the Voyagers Club, one of the perks is a pass to the thermal spa. So we checked it out. For me, the concept was nice, but the area was cramped and dark. I wanted to try out one of the heated stone lounge chairs, but there were only 3 stuffed in a dark corner, which just wasn't appealing. There's a steam room, sauna, snow room, various temp showers, a salt room, and maybe a couple other rooms. Most of what you'd expect from a thermal spa. If you enjoy personal space, come at a quieter time, which I don't know when that would be because usually it's on a port day. However, we were there on a port day and it was quite busy. Okay, next let's talk about the Yacht Club. This is an exclusive area available only to Yacht Club guests. There's 32,000 square feet of private spaces. We heard great things from past cruisers and have been curious if the amenities were worth the upcharge. We could instantly feel the difference when we entered the area. There's a large solarium with whirlpools, there's a private swimming pool, restaurant, and lounge along with 24-hour butler service. It was quiet, staff was attentive, and the Yacht Club specific venues like the dining room and pool had great views and a relaxing, warm atmosphere. We have since looked into booking the Yacht Club on a future cruise, but the price differential is still thousands, so unless we come across a great deal, we will probably stick with the standard cabins for now. All right, the theater. Shows and entertainment are an important part of the cruise experience for many cruisers, and while I heard good things about the shows, the theater capacity ratio to guests seemed off as it only had 1,172 seats. So the only show we attempted to attend was the magic show. We were early and it was still standing room only. So if the shows are important to you, plan ahead and arrive early if you want to ensure a seat for the show. Okay, now I want to talk about Ocean Key, MSC's private island. When you're sailing the Caribbean on almost any MSC ship, you will more than likely stop at Ocean Key. I just love Ocean Key because the beaches are beautiful and the area is quite expansive. You will not be hard pressed to find a spot for the day. One thing to note is if you want an umbrella, you will need to purchase one in advance for $19, or it will cost $30 if you purchase while on board. We sought out a great spot with loungers and free shade from the palm trees. So if you don't want to pay for shade, get off the ship early to grab the free options. This location was close to food shacks and bars as well. There are basic food shacks located all throughout the island and also a buffet if you prefer more variety. I also want to note that they're working on renovations and will have even more to offer in the near future. Okay, now it's time for my hidden gems. Hidden gems are places on the ship that for whatever reason don't draw a ton of traffic. The first one is the cocktail bar. It's located right outside of the wine cellar and specialty restaurants. Part of the reason it's not busy is because it's not really open much during the day. So keep that in mind. You'll have to grab a drink from somewhere else, but it's also a great place to bring your drink and relax. And there are high tops to get on your computer and get some work done if that's what you want to do. My other hidden gem is the Sky Bar on Deck 16. For whatever reason, both times we sailed on the seashore, it was never busy. They're open in the morning for specialty coffee drinks as well. So now I'm going to tell you who this ship is good for. Families, children, adults only. It's great for everyone. The ship is huge and people of all ages were giving really great feedback in our Facebook cruise group. I've seen it on reviews. Of course, sometimes you're gonna get bad reviews of people nitpicking at different things. However, we saw that young people, early 20s, were having a great time and the kids were having a great time at the kids club and Pirates Cove. that you really can't go wrong with this ship, and the prices for cabins are amazing. And if you want a short cruise, they're doing either 3 or 4 night cruises in the Caribbean, check out the Seashore. It's the best value out there right now. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.